University of Northeast India. It caters to 27 schools offering 130 plus courses. It has a campus which is more than 27 acres of land. We have over 250 plus faculties who serve as the motivation catalyst for 5,000 plus students. RGU strives for academic excellence through research-intensive and industry-oriented education, instilled with a strong sense of becoming a global citizen. So today we have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. S.P. Singh, and our dear esteemed guest, Professor Dr. Manju Agarwal. So I would like to say a few words about our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir. So Professor Dr. S.P. Singh sir is a well-known academician.
Can I intervene? Chaya,
Yes,
can I intervene? Sorry. First, we should know about the speaker. The Vice Chancellor was fine. I mean, you can give a very brief of mine. But then I would like to know, every participant should know first more about Dr. Manju Agarwal.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir, as you said. So we have with us, we are very privileged to have with us Professor Dr. Manju Agarwal. Dr. Manju ma'am is Professor of Psychology and Dean, Student Welfare, Amity University, Lucknow campus. Ma'am is a psychotherapist, hypnotherapist, family constellation therapist, transformational coach, a social entrepreneur, and an educationist with 38 years of experience. She is former director of Mahila Samakhya, Uttar Pradesh. She is bestowed with many awards, such as Outstanding Woman Achiever Award, 2017, Royal Netherlands Fellowship Award, 2003, Exxon Mobil USA Fellowship, both in the years 2008 and 2010, ICPD Achievement Award, 2004, and Bill Gates Women's Leadership Fellowship Award, 2000. Also, she is the recipient of ICMR and UGC postdoctoral and ICSSR doctor fellowships. She is also former member of Steering Committee of Planning Commission, WCD, 11th Plan, and chairperson, WCD, Internal Committee, Lucknow. She represented India twice at United Nations for development issues, both in the years 2003 and 2005. She has 2 published scales and 2 books to her credit, and numerous publications in national and international journals. She is the chief architect of women's policy for Uttar Pradesh and has established several community-based women codes. She has conducted more than 125 training programs for more than 4,000 hours in India and abroad. She also has a YouTube channel to her credit called The Mind Spa, which is a platform for psychologists and alternative therapists for holistic healing committed to Mission Mental Health. Ma'am, we really consider ourselves privileged and lucky that you have graced us with your presence today. So, ma'am, now...
You would like to say something about Dr. Singh also?
Yes, definitely. Okay. So I will speak about you, and then sir, you can open up, so you can say a few words, and then we can go carry on with our session.
Okay.
Is that all right, sir? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Professor Dr. S.P. Singh sir is a well-known academician and administrator with more than 29 years of experience in institutions of repute across the nation. Sir has worked with Training and Orientation Center, Ministry of HRD, Government of India. He was the director and vice chairman of Sherwood Group of Institutions, Lucknow, founder, director of Royal Group of Institutions, Guwahati, senior vice president academics of Amity Educational Group, having 7 institutions in India and abroad. Sir was also vice chancellor of Amity University of Raipur. Sir, we really feel blessed to have you as the main driving force and guiding light. And without you, this webinar sessions would not have been possible. So I hand it over to you to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just a minute. Thank you so much, Chaya. I was just trying to touch my audio because there are a few hygiene factors for the online sessions. So, good morning to everyone. Dr. Manju Agarwal, my esteemed colleague in MIT once upon a time, and all the esteemed faculty members of Royal Global University and from MIT University, and the students of Royal Global University, MIT University, and other institutions of the country. So it is really a great feeling today to interact with Dr. Manju Agarwal and also to talk something about which is very relevant in present time, in difficult time, tough time. And whatever we are talking day and night is probably all related to our life, safety of life, health, and hygiene, and related to that we should remain healthy, happy, and we should live. And I think behind all those factors, the most important factor is we are going to discuss today. And I personally believe, and I have spoken in many of the webinars, that ultimate goal of life, I think if I'm right or wrong, I think Aristotle also said once upon a time that ultimate goal of life is happiness. If I want to just, happiness is the meaning and purpose of life and whole aim and end of human existence. So he has gone to the extent of something, to the extent of human existence. Happiness is the purpose of life. This much of philosophy I know about Aristotle, Pluto, and others have also said many things about happiness. By and large, humans, we have a tendency to remain happy, but we also live with sorrow, sadness, and also live with some kind of anxiety and some kind of pain. That is also part of life. But the good people and the happy people, or positively bended people, positive orientation and language of happiness, which is the topic for the day today, I think all those things together, that language, happiness, your intent, make you, if at all, happy is only if you can become Shiva. शिव के बगैर खुशी नहीं है, ये मेरा जीवन का मानना है. Why Shiva? Shiva as a philosophy is मस्त मौला. उनको कोई चीज से फर्क नहीं पड़ता, दुनिया में प्रलय भी आ जाए तो भी Shiva is happy. But end of the day, he is a very, I would say, has contained lots and lots of negative. इस दुनिया के जितने असुर हैं, I mean, all negatives, he has engulfed into him. And विष उनके कंठ तक भरा हुआ है. His नीलकंठ, वो कंठ तक he is full of negatives, but he is a very positive, vibrant, happy man. So we all humans has to learn many things from the mythology. That is the basis of psychology. That is the basis of philosophy. And Aristotle, Pluto, and all other Western, philosophers and psychologists, whatever they have spoken about happiness, I think it's going to be a very mesmerizing day today for me, at least for another 1 hour with Dr. Manju Agarwal. And I'm very happy to attend this webinar and interact with Dr. Manju Agarwal after a long time, because she's very happy person. And I would say, Dr. Manju Agarwal, and you're always smiling. I also try my best to keep on smiling throughout my life. And I know what kind of pains you have gone through, because I know that also very well. So I can say that, but then the perspective of Shiva or woman as a person and also as a good manager, I would say today in front of all the audience and especially the women folks here, that the way Manju Agarwal has carried on her life so far, and the way she has done struggle, I know, and the way she is still maintaining her poise and positivity, and she's able to respond any moment of a day. As a woman, I tell you, I never heard that I'm cooking, or I am doing this, I am doing that, I am not free, I am too much busy with my personal life. I mean, hats off to you, Dr. Agarwal. I can say with 3.5 years of my experience. So I would love that you please give these tips to also my colleagues and other students here, that how to manage both, how to manage husband, how to manage family, and how to be so effective in the profession also. Because that is very essential. Because if you have a lot of constraints at home, you're not being able to manage them well, you cannot be happy, and you will be pressurized by the work pressure and home pressure, and end of the day you will bring a lot of unhappiness to the family and lot of unhappiness and negativity to the campus. So therefore this is very, very important, and we observe this in every campus. In MIT also I observe this with many women folks, and then you require good health, good management. So this is another part I would love that you please give, because you are one of the person I admire for that. And I think from your mouth, if at all, will go to everyone who's attending this webinar, and maybe later on we'll see on videos, will be very, very beneficial. So I've taken 1 or 2 extra minutes, then scheduled 5 minutes time. So my best wishes to the speaker today, and also to all in psychology department and all the participants. कहते हैं हम तो खुशियां उधार देने का कारोबार करते हैं, हम तो खुशियां उधार देने का कारोबार करते हैं, कोई वक्त पे लौटाता नहीं, इसलिए घाटे में रहते हैं। तो कभी कभी हम सबको भी खुशियों की बहुत जरूरत होती है, और हम सब कारोबार कर रहे हैं। कोरोना टाइम में हमें बहुत खुशियां मिली, हमने जितना भी हमारा घाटा था वो सब पूरा हो गया दिस कोरोना टाइम। I got so much of positivity, so much of खुशियां from this interaction in different webinars. People say tsunami of webinars. I said pure Ganges knowledge of webinar, and knowledge of happiness is flowing around you. Some people are taking a dip into it. Some people are sitting on the corner. We don't know what they are doing. But I am trying my level best to div every day, 5 times a day. So I'm very much blessed. I'm very fortunate. And I hope many of my participants are also fortunate. If they are not, they will start dipping from today. My best wishes to all of you and to Dr. Manju Agrawal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. S.P. Singh. One, for inviting me for this seminar. And I'm truly honored. Many times we tried to connect and thought that we will sometime visit each other, but this corona has given so many opportunities. And you know, people who are positive like you, their positivity is increasing. And the people who are negative, their negativity is increasing in corona times. True. And you have actually made my day. I never thought I'm like that. The way you described me, I tell you, you have really, when वो कहते हैं ना, जोहारी window. When other people tell you, okay, I have this also, and that's what I was doing when you were telling me. I take it everything, because I will not reject whether it is right or wrong, whether it is true or not true, but I will take, and I will seep in every word of you. I will try to live up to what you expect from me. And as you have given a beautiful introduction of happiness, actually. And I don't know what am I going to say in this seminar. You have done, you are so bright, intelligent, and so positive, committed, that I have no words. I know our interaction, even during MIT time, was very, very positive always. Was very positive. So I will try to do some justice to happiness. And it is actually an ocean. And as you said, that from Aristotle to Buddha to everyone has talked about ultimate goal of life to being happiness. And unfortunately, for last few years, whenever we ask the students, what is your goal of life, they would often say a multinational job, name and fame, and lot of money and multinational job. But when you start exploring, and then what would you like to have, then what would you like to have, and ultimately they come that we want happiness in life. So ultimate goal of each of us is happiness in life. So I would like to talk only, I think, not even 1% of this ocean. And I have tried to kept it this session very, very generic, so that I think the vast variety of people, the diversity of people can take in something. They can have some takeaway from this session. So I'll begin with मैं presenter नहीं हूँ शायद, so I can't share my screen.
Mr. Bijoy, can you please make ma'am the presenter?
So positive life orientation, if we start talking about it, in fact, life orientation is your approach towards life. And I actually started working on it in late 80s. We had not heard about Seligman at that time. So me and my colleague Dr. Dalal, who is unfortunately not in this world anymore, we were almost same age, and he was head of the department Allahabad Psychology University at that time. He was a professor at that time. Later he became head also, and we started working on first heart attack patients, and we wanted
Okay.
to know what actually is responsible for their recovery. So we started working on positive life orientation. We developed a concept of positive life orientation, and there was utter paucity of scales. There was no scale available on measuring positive thinking. Now we actually, abhi to we are talking a lot about positive thinking, and we think that positive thinking is panacea for everything, and actually it is. So if you have positive thinking, then your approach towards life, your appraisal towards events, and your reaction to events actually changes a lot. For example, I heard you just now. You said Corona has given me so many opportunities. It's a Ganges of wisdom, and a lot of people are really upset with these webinars. Oh my God, I have to attend this also. I have to attend this also. So you being having a positive attitude, you are taking Corona as as opportunity, an opportunity to use your creativity, an opportunity to get back to a lot of things, an opportunity to read a lot, to opportunity to do a lot of things which you had not even thought of. So no, I'm not able to do it.
Ma'am, you're the presenter now.
I just now tried. I'm not able to do it, dear. I'm still not a presenter.
Ma'am, the presenter right is already with you, ma'am.
बट बेटा अभी हो नहीं पा रहा है. पहले आपने दिया था तो हो गया था.
अभी फिर
अभी
से
आई एम
मैम एक
नॉट
बार
एबल टू शेयर.
शेयर
अच्छा
करते
वो हम ओके. आई हैव टू गो टू एप्लीकेशन विंडो. यस,
यस यस यस
आई गो टू एप्लीकेशन विंडो, देन आई थिंक आई विल गेट समथिंग.
yes ma'am, we can see your screen. Go to
You
main
can see my
application.
screen. I can't see my screen.
Ma'am, just go to your application window. Actually, I have seen your laptop screen, ma'am, not the PPT.
I'm going to screen, then I'm
Sure.
going to application window, and application window पे अभी तो हम लोगों ने कर लिया था, but अभी नहीं हो क्यों रहा है ये?
You have to do screen sharing.
Yeah, I'm doing that only.
Then
Okay.
just at first you open the PPT, then minimize it, and after that you can try that.
That is exactly it is. आ गया?
Okay.
Has it come?
No.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
My PPT is minimized.
Chaya, do you have the PPT?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
Let me try once more.
No, sir.
Then yes, ma'am. Just click on the
We
PPT, ma'am.
did a
Which is,
trial right now, and it was
ma'am,
coming.
yeah, ma'am. Just it's minimized. Ma'am, just click on the PPT, Google Chrome
It
button.
is
Then
minimized. It is
yes,
minimized. It is minimized
yes,
only. It is
yes. Click.
minimized. Share screen. And I'm going to, there are two things, screen and application. Should I go to application?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you know the screen, earlier the screen was visible.
Yes.
This time the screen is not visible. The screen is not, okay, can I speak?
At the bottom, ma'am, you can just, I can
And
see.
in the meantime,
Yeah.
I will also share my, let me share with you
Yes.
my PPT, okay? Right now.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Right.
Let me share with you my PPT so that in case it's not working here. We tried, therefore we connected about 20 minutes before,
Right, ma'am.
and we I don't know what has happened at the last moment.
We can see your computer screen. You know that?
Acha, you can see my computer screen?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
Just
the whole screen
stop.
is visible to all of us.
Just stop sharing, ma'am. Stop sharing, ma'am.
Stop sharing.
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
Just click on the stop sharing button. Here. Yes. No, 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 ma'am. Here. Yeah, yeah.
And now you can open the PPT. We'll be able to see it.
If you can open the PPT on the screen, we'll be able to see, I think.
Okay.
Just open the PPT,
You can
ma'am.
see my
Yes,
PPT?
now we
Yes,
can
yes,
see.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is
You can see.
visible, ma'am. Visible.
Okay. So try to give me a visibility also so that I can see everybody's expression or my expression as well.
Ma'am, that
Uh-huh.
you have to set in your own laptop.
No, I
on the
think
side.
your technical department did it.
Okay.
Anyway, so we started working with MI patients. So this is first heart attack patients, and I will very briefly run through this positive life. How much time in all I have so that I can plan accordingly?
Ma'am, we'll just give 10 minutes for the question answer round, or so.
So we have
we
up
can
to
complete
quarter
everything
to.
by.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Great. And so there was a utter paucity of research and utter paucity of positive thinking scales. So we defined positive life orientation. We gave this concept a name, positive life orientation, and we defined it as predisposition to selectively focus one's attention on the brighter side of any situation, as Dr. S.P. Singh was doing right now. So you are very high on positive life orientation, Dr. S.P. Singh. Without measuring, I can say that. So we developed a scale, and initially it was for MI patients, and later we standardized it on 1274 students in the age range of 18 to 26, and it is now published by Prasad Psycho. Anyone who wants to measure positive thinking can use this scale for research purposes. They can write to me. I will send you free of cost. Even with Pratap Prasad, it is not very expensive, very, very minimal cost. This is an 11 item 4-point scale on positive construction of reality. So it takes hardly 5 to 7 minutes to get your scores, and you know immediately what are the dimensions on which the person is high and where we can make an intervention to enhance the positivity. So this has 3 dimensions. One is ability of the individual to emphasize the positive aspects of a crisis, to make positive, it may be crisis or any situation or normal situation, to make positive comparisons that I am better off than others. For example, my heart attack patient said, oh, my disease is those who said my disease is better than cancer and other diseases, their recovery was faster. And those who are able to maintain a positive attitude towards life in general. And this scale, even today, when I see the scales available by Seligman, Diner, and others, they are mainly measuring hope and optimism, which is about the future and not about the present. According to me, positive thinking should be in the present and not only about thinking that the future will be good. So though it's my scale, but I think this is a good concept and we should use it. My study was published in British Journal of Social Science and Medicine, American Journal of Social Psychology. These are one of the topmost journals, foreign journals. And since this was the pioneer work in with heart attack patients, which showed that medical recovery, which was measured by practitioners, doctors, I got myself transferred to Medical College of Allahabad to do this study, and some of the cardiologists also supported me in this work. So expected recovery, perceived recovery, everything improved in case the patient was high on PLO. And we found that if we controlled this variable statistically, all the correlates went down. So the most important correlate which emerged from this study was positive life orientation. So then after that, after we standardized it on other 1274 young adults, we did a lot of studies on young adults. And very briefly, I will run through that. We found that if the parents' PLO is high, the children's PLO, that is positive life orientation, is also high, which showed that it spreads in the environment. If the parents are positive, the children are also likely to learn positive thinking. There was another study in which we found that the messages that the girls receive in their childhood, if they are positive, especially this was a gender study, if the messages are positive by the significant people around them, their self-esteem was high. And if the messages were negative, their self-esteem was low. There were other findings also. There was another study with the cancer patients, and we found that if the caretakers had positive attitude towards life in general, positive comparison towards the crisis, the cancer patients' PLO was also found high. So it's very important. It shows that if I'm positive, I'm going to radiate positivity, and the people in my surrounding are also going to get benefit out of it. There was another study in which we found that domestic harmony, this is also a concept which is related to language also, which I will discuss maybe later if I get time. So we found that the families which had domestic harmony, their children were high on positive life orientation, and those who were high on positive life orientation were also high on resilience, that is inner resilience. Their empowerment scores were high, their self-esteem was high, and again PLO emerged as one of the most significant variable um, in among the students, among this sample. There was a very interesting study. We did it with Kashmir adolescents who are very high on suicidal tendencies and aggression. And we observed that when we tried to release their anger, we made them practice forgiveness, their PLO increased, and their aggression and suicidal tendencies actually decreased significantly. And I'm still very keen to pursue this study and get some funding. So all the psychology faculty who are listening to this presentation, and if you are willing, then you can associate with me, and we have some people who can do the data collection in Kashmir, and we can do this study and take it far away, which is about meditation, yoga, positive life orientation, and reduction in aggression and suicidal tendencies. Another study again showed that addicted population was much higher on, was much lesser on PLO in comparison to non-addicted, and degree of addiction was also correlated with positive life orientation. So the lesser the PLO, the higher the degree of addiction. A few other studies in which we found that PLO correlated with happiness, PLO correlated with self-esteem, it correlated and PLO significantly moderated the relationship between self-esteem and happiness. So that was the most significant variable. If PLO is controlled, then the relationship between self-esteem and happiness also went down. So those who are high on PLO had a more fulfilling, meaningful life, and they were scored high on global feelings of happiness and resilience. So the question which arises, looking at all the above studies, that people who are high on PLO create a positive environment for themselves and influence other people positively. So at an application level, the question which arises, how to inculcate PLO. So certain things that we found in the studies, certain things which are practiced these days, I am presenting it as a package. But before doing that, I want to share a model which tells you how the thought and language are related to each other. So this model I have developed. Every day, I think psychology students must be aware that every day we have about 60 to 70 thoughts, and 90% of the thoughts are exactly what they were yesterday or day before yesterday, because we allow them to come, because they have become a part of our subconscious mind, and they are automatically coming, they are automatically surfacing, and we are dwelling on that. So, and what is the medium of this language? Is what is the medium of these thoughts? It is the language. Because every thought is expressed or manifested through language. So, same thoughts, same language. And if you have a thought that I'm not good enough, you are going to have similar feelings as well. If you have I'm not good enough, you're not, your feeling will be not feeling energetic, not feeling joyous, not feeling confident, and exactly your behavior will reflect these feelings. And once you have same thought, same language, same feeling, same behavior, this becomes your personal reality, your personality. Let me also share with you, I have tried to compact a lot of things because of the shortage of time, because this can be a 10-day course, happiness. So every thought, every feeling, every action has corresponding neuropathways. Every day when the thought is being reinforced, the neuropathways are also reinforced. That is how your secretions, neurotransmitters, secretions is also governed by your thoughts and feelings. So the people who say ki, the people who are depressed go to a psychiatrist and the psychiatrist says your dopamine secretion has reduced. Actually, your dopamine secretion is an outcome which has reduced because of your thought processes which had been negative, which had been not constructive, because of which your dopamine reduces. And Dr. Hegde, who is very popular these days, he says that you cannot treat depression through medicines because the disease in the mind and not in the brain. And he has himself quoted that the people who are treated by medicines, the people who have suicidal tendencies or depression treated by medicines, often it increases, and ultimately a lot of people who are treated by medicines commit suicide because your depression increases, your medicine increases. In few cases, if you change, you start changing your thought process also, it may reduce and you may recover. So for everything, for every experience, you also have cellular memories, you have secretions. And the question is how to alter it. Because if your 90% thoughts are same, we need to change. Hello? Yes? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there can be several tools by which we can alter these thoughts. But I have chosen the tool of language because this is easy and it is in our control. If I say, कि a lot of times when positive thinking presentations are taken by very high level professional CEOs, HR managers, they say that create positive thinking. And if you have positive thinking, your performance will improve, your relationships will improve. But very few people are able to tell how to change your negative thinking or convert your negative thinking into positive. So there are several ways, but one of the ways that is easy, I think, and that is in our control is language. So we will talk about language a little bit. And as Dr. S.P. Singh was recently just saying that Aristotle, Buddha, and all the philosophies have talked about happiness. So they have also talked about our biology. The quantum physics also says that thought has frequency with a corresponding unique vibration, and it attracts similar frequencies into our lives. So if we keep our vibrations high, we are going to attract things, situations, and people with high vibrations. If we keep our vibrations low, we are going to attract the same situations, same people. And I often remember an example on vibrations is when I used to learn sitar, I would tune my sitar. It is very difficult to tune your sitar wires. So we will put harmonium on and play sa and pa. And on our sitar wires, we will put a small paper, very light, small paper. And the moment the harmonium and sitar vibrations match, frequency match, the paper will fly and we will know, yes, now it's up. So the same happens with our body, the same happens with our mind, the same happens with your situations. So in biology also, it's a very common phrase: the cells that fire together wire together. So the biology, in fact, body and mind are not separate. Body is invisible mind, and I am campaigning these days that let's forget about the duality of body and mind. And the day we forget about duality of body and mind, we are going to have a better and healthier society. So Buddha and Aristotle have also said that thoughts are energy and ultimately manifest our realities. It applies to group thinking also, collective consciousness also. Recently, AIMS, All India Medical Institute, did a study. We, as Dr. Singh, you mentioned about mythology. In mythology, Havan, chanting of mantras together, has been always advocated. Prayer together, yoga together, because it creates a collective consciousness and it creates very high vibration and frequency. And I was mentioning about AIMS study. In the AIMS study, they actually took two groups of coma patients. One group, the relatives of one of the groups were hearing chanting of Mahamrityunjay, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe part, about 13 kilometers away from where the patients were. And another group relatives were not hearing that. And the AIMS has said that 18 out of 20 recovered significantly. And in comparison, there was hardly any recovery in the other group, which shows how the collective consciousness, even at a distance, it is energy which is being created and transmitted to the people you think of. So the question is how to keep your vibrations high. And the answer is master your subconscious mind using, this is again one of the tools, using the tool of language. I will just share with you the experiments of Dr. Masaru. He is a Japanese scientist and he has done numerous studies on water. And if you go to YouTube, you will find several experiments. I'm sharing one with pictures because videos are difficult to share the screen. So what he did, that he collected samples of water from the same source and put different labels on those bottles, on those water samples, and also said some words to those water. And we actually don't know that the water understands language, and perhaps it understands every language, because if you do it in Hindi, you do it in English, you do it in Japanese, or whatever language you do, you will find the same results. What he did, that to one sample he exposed this to heavy metal music. To another sample, he said, "You make me sick, I will kill you." To another, he put the label of Adolf Hitler. He said that you are like Adolf Hitler, you are merciless, you are this, you are that. To another, he said, "Thank you." Every day he'll go and say thank you and put the label that. Another sample, he said love and appreciation. And another sample, he said, he put a label of Mother Teresa and said that you are full of compassion, this and that. And you see, then he crystallized those samples of water. And these are the formations of the crystals. Aren't they amazing? Aren't they amazing? Same water sample crystallized. Anybody would like to say something in the chat box after seeing these samples, that you are amazed? Or do you think your body, which is 60-70% water, and if you every day say, I'm not good, I'm poor in this, I can't perform, what will happen to the crystallization, to the chemistry of your body, which is 70% water, and what will happen to your performance? So we go ahead. I did, in fact, I did in 2003. I was doing a game, and while doing that game, I picked up this campaign, and it was gender and language. What we were doing, that it was Lucknow festival, a very famous festival. We put up a stall there. I was director Mahila Samakhya at that time, and I wanted to sensitize people on gender issues. And I thought that nobody is going to come to our stall if we are going to give heavy cognitive matter. So what I thought, I did a game in which on a blackboard we wrote some words, and we asked the audience to give a gender neutral word for this word or the opposite. And some of the words which I remember were like Suhagan, Lakpati, and one word was also Rashtrapati, and words like this. And people came, the people who were very, very Mahapandit in Hindi, and they said, okay, we'll find it immediately. And they could not. They went back, okay, well, tomorrow when I come, we'll come with the word. And they said, coming back to us, they said that whole night we could not sleep, and I was trying to find some word again, opposite of it, or gender neutral word, but we could not find it. For example, Suhagan. Because Suhagan is a thought process. It's a concept. And this concept has a word in the language. This concept does not exist for men. And since it does not exist for men, we don't have a word for men for Suhagan. Similarly, a lot of our, the entire environment has gender bias in language, like Walkman, man hour, horsepower, so many things, as if the women don't exist. And whenever we are talking, even in our lectures, we always mention he, as if it is his story. History is also his story. So we did this campaign. It went to America, and in fact, one of my friends from America told, because we took it to a World Economic Forum also, and then he told that this campaign was displayed there in their TV. And in this reference, I met, and that was one of my most blissful experience to meet Dr. Kalam. At that time, he was the president, and he was so humble that when I entered the room, I felt so embarrassed that he got up. And I had a long talk. He had given me 5 minutes. I talked to him about 15 minutes. He signed my book, a rough copy of my book he signed. So we need to change our language to change our reality. The entire purpose of the campaign was to please change your language to change your reality. I also developed a therapy, which is participative appreciative therapy. I have coined it, and it is published. And this is actually, for example, the psychologists who are sitting, instead of asking your client, what are your problems, what are your issues, ask what do you want to achieve. And the entire scenario changes, the entire goal changes, and you never reach anywhere. If you want to read Case Western Researches sometime. If we get time, we'll talk about that also. So as I was talking about gender issues, the bias in gender, language and gender, I talk to a lot of women organizations that please don't say that you want to stop domestic violence. You start saying that you want to create domestic harmony, because still psychology students and everyone, if you hear the word violence, what picture comes to your mind? When I say stop violence, what picture comes to your mind? Can I get some responses? Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Participants,
those who
you
can
can type your
respond,
answers.
Chainika, please respond. Close your
Okay,
eyes.
ma'am.
I say stop violence. What
Yes, ma'am.
picture comes to your mind?
Violence.
Yes,
Violence.
violence, negative,
And if
something
I
negative.
say, close your eyes and say create harmony, what picture comes to your mind?
Harmony.
Harmony.
Harmony, peace,
So, though
peace
I asked
in
you
the
not
world.
to think of violence, still you are forced to think of violence. Just Second, just close your eyes and I say, please don't think of pink elephant. Pink elephant has never been your reality. Never,
Yes.
never, ever. Still, did the image of pink elephant come to your mind?
Yes, it did.
It did. And you
That's
did
true.
not want to think of,
Yeah.
I said, don't think of pink element. Still, you thought of pink element. So, language has that power. And the image that you have actually guides your behavior. Your image guides your behavior. That's why the power of visualization by power of visualization, you can achieve anything. Abhinav Bindra, he could be Olympic champion only because he practiced biofeedback in Germany and with power of visualization. And language actually gives you visuals. So if you have to stop domestic violence, you have to tell that think of harmony. Do you want harmony in your family? How can you create harmony? Instead of saying, please stop violence, don't do it. And therefore, all the women organizations working for such long time, there is a fortnight from 25th November to 5th December when they talk about stop violence, and nothing has happened till date. It is increasing. During Corona times, it has doubled. So we come to conscious mind. We have to, the tool of language has to seep into your subconscious mind to guide your behavior. And very briefly, I'll tell you how this works. Um, Subconscious mind is like a jinn, which knows only to obey, which has no logic on its own, which is a servant of the conscious mind. And the way the conscious mind gives the instructions, but at the same time, the subconscious mind is 90% and conscious mind is only 10%, which has logic, analysis, perceptions, cognitions, everything. And in 24 hours, for example, somebody comes to your house and your son is there, and this man, this guest, tells your son that, oh, what happened to you? You are not looking happy, you are still skinny, or why couldn't you perform very well in your exams? Your son does not like this person. He responds with that etiquettes and goes back into his room. Next time, when this person comes, in 24 hours, this feeling of not liking this person has gone into his subconscious, unconscious mind. Next time when this person comes, until unless this man makes a double effort to obliterate the previous feelings by appreciation or something, this boy is going to have the same feelings, though this person has not said anything after coming here second time. But your subconscious mind is now guiding your feeling. I give you another example, the 4 steps that I have written. It's also a part of NLP. For example, you start with unconscious incompetency and you become it comes to conscious competency. Driving a car. First day, till you have not tried to learn a car, you did not know whether you are competent or incompetent in driving a car. But the day you decide that you want to learn, that means you know you had been till that day unconscious of your incompetency, and then you decide to learn the car, you put your hands on the steering wheel, you become conscious of your incompetency, you know that you don't know it, and then gradually you start learning and learning, and as you are learning you are trying to drive it cautiously. And at that time, when you are learning, that means your competency is now coming at the conscious level, and you say, oh, please don't play this radio, or don't talk. And you are very conscious that you have to now put your foot on the accelerator, or you have now put your foot on the gear, or you have to now change the gear. You are conscious about every action that you take. So gradually, from conscious incompetency that I don't know to conscious competency that I know, but you are very conscious in driving. And after some time, you don't even think about when you are driving. You are talking to people. Sometimes you are even looking back this side, that side, reading the labels, road labels also, and putting on the music, playing Antakshari or anything, because now your driving has come to the level of unconscious competency. Similarly, if we start using the tool of language, we can come from unconscious incompetency to unconscious competency. So, need to change your language. For example, if that day that guest had come, instead of asking, "What's wrong with you? Why did you fail?" If that guest would have asked you, "What will make you succeed? What's right with you? You are looking good. Your hairstyle has changed and it suits you. I think everything will." The reality would change and this boy would perceive the guest in a different perspective altogether. So, just to give you example, some people whom you know, let me show you the photo of Nick first. Many of you must have seen him. He is a person born without limbs with just a small palm type things attached to his thighs, which he called drumstick. That's also the power of language. And he is now a motivational speaker addressing thousands of people. A person born like this, if he had a language, "I'm good for nothing, I can't do anything." And please go and visit his videos. Just if you say most inspirational video, you will find this video. He can play tennis, he can do swimming, he can climb his stairs, he can do anything. So what this language was, once when he was small, he was going to his, and parents also played a role in it. He was going to his school, the children were looking back, laughing at him. He came back home and he told his parents, "I don't want to go to the school. People laugh on me." And his parents, what did they say? "Oh, children laugh at you? You know, it's so difficult to make people laugh." That means you have the capability to make people laugh. And from that day, the language of Nick must have changed inside. And that must have made him, and they actually encouraged him to learn anything instead of supporting, "Oh, you can't do anything." They made him learn, "I can do everything, despite not having lips." Amitabh Bachchan, who failed in radio, "I will prove myself." That's why he tried his career in movies. Thomas Alva Edison, when journalists asked him, "You have failed 1,000 times," he said, "No, I learned 909 ways by which bulb could not be made." Therefore, that was the reason why he persisted. Viktor Frankl, serving in a Nazi concentration camp and being a doctor, sometimes he was called, his entire family annihilated, and he said, "People need me and I can help them." And after coming out, he survived. And he said the people who tried to help others were the people who survived in the Nazi concentration camps. And he said, he has written that they could snatch everything from me but my attitude. He has given the existential theory after coming out. Dashrath Manjhi, you know, who made a 30-kilometer road, his language was, "I will not let any person die for not reaching hospital." His wife had died. Muhammad Ali, the biggest sports fan, he has written, "I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was." So even before you become the greatest, you have to start feeling. You have to start giving affirmations. You have to have a self-meditative talk that I'm the greatest. Then only you will become the greatest. So I'll give you quickly, I'll give you some mantras. So mantra 1 is to change your negative talk into positive self-talk. I have given you some examples. I'm not good enough. Instead of saying I'm not good enough, which I have taken the examples which I have seen in my therapy sessions being a counselor at MIT University. So many students coming to me for counseling. I have seen these languages to be very common. I'm not good enough. It's very, very common. So, students, instead of saying I'm not good enough, please start doing positive asset search. That means start finding what you are good at in your family, in your relationships, personally, in your abilities, anything. You're not, even if you're not good in studies, doesn't mean that you are not good enough. You are good in many other things. So please start searching that, start writing, change your language. I am good in these things, instead of saying I'm not good enough. A lot of students I found to be very, find it very, having stage fear, find it difficult to go on the stage. I perspire, and MIT has actually changed a lot of students in that. I perspire going to stage. And I'm not discussing here how the body actually gives you energy during stress to prepare you for a crisis. So change your belief. Change your belief by changing your language and start saying, my body is preparing me to deal with difficult situations. I am the best. Here I know. I know my subject best. No one in the audience, or very few in the audience, know my subject better than me. So I'm the best. Let me face them. Let me do my best. Life is a struggle. A lot of people have said, बड़ी problems हैं सार, जिंदगी एक समस्या है, struggle है. Instead of start saying, life is a challenge. Life is a journey. Every experience is a learning. And the moment you change your language, your feeling will change, your thought will change, your behavior will change, your motivation will change, and your outcome will change. I'm helpless about my workload. Corporate में ये बहुत ज़्यादा common है. I have too much of workload. I don't know how to manage it. So instead of saying that, start saying, or I'm not loved by anyone. This is also a very, nobody understands me. It's a very common language. Instead of saying that nobody understands, what can you say? Anybody will respond to me? Chaya, can you, or anybody else? Nobody understands me. How can you give this negative self-talk to positive self-talk? I don't want an opposite of it. Everybody understands me. No. A realistic statement which becomes positive. Yes, someone.
Participants, you can write your answers in the chat box. And I'll read
Please
it
write
out.
down. Please write down in the chat box. And you can take any of these. I'm not so lucky.
Yeah.
My brother had to go through a surgery. It was a very difficult time for my family. My performance was bad in this semester. Any of these sentences, or any of the sentences that you have in your life, if you start practicing it, maybe you may find it very difficult. That's why I want you to practice right now. If you are able to succeed in one sentence, you will start learning, the process will start, and the sky will be the limit. You can then learn to change all your negative talk into positive. You will learn. It is difficult, not easy, I tell you. It
Yes,
may
ma'am. There
appear
are a lot of
very easy on the
responses.
screen. Yeah, anybody has written, Chaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Rudrani Raj writes, there is
Yeah.
someone who understands me.
There's someone who understands me. Excellent.
That's a good
There are
one.
few people who understand me. Wonderful, Rani. Very good. Yeah. Anyone else?
Then, yes, ma'am. Sudeshna writes,
Hmm.
everyone has their own set of beliefs from their perspective of life.
Okay, good. Everyone has
Yeah.
their own perspective.
Set of
So
beliefs.
it's okay
Yeah.
if some people don't understand me. You can also add, so it's okay if some people don't understand me, but at least some understand. Let me focus on the people who understand me.
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
should everyone understand me?
Mr. Khushit writes, I understand myself and that's enough.
Good, very good, beautiful. Okay, excellent students. You have done a wonderful job, and please continue this practice, and you will gradually start observing the change in your mindset also. So anybody wants to try the last one? My performance was bad in this semester. Or my brother, my family is facing a difficult time. My brother had to go through a surgery. Anyone wants to try any of these sentences? Yes, Chaya, anybody has written
Yes,
some?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Rudrani writes again, my brother's surgery will go well and he will be healthy.
Okay. Okay.
Khalida Ahmed writes, I will do best in the next exam.
Okay. Okay.
Vandita
This
writes,
is
my
a learning for me.
performance,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Vandita writes, my performance is bad in this semester. I will give my best in the final semester.
Okay. Good. Good. So,
Yeah, many of them have
yeah.
written the same.
Yeah. Anybody else? Yes.
They have written the same, that I will do better in the upcoming examinations.
Okay. Acha, the moment this sentence is my performance was bad in this semester means this semester I did well. So start also focusing on the semester when you did bad. Because if it had been consistently bad, then your mindset, your language would have been different. And let me share with you one of the examples of my son. He was very small, and he came to me. He was weeping, and I was in the kitchen at that time. He came to me weeping and said, "Mama, Mama, I'm very bad in maths. I'm very bad in maths." He was, I think, class second or third ki baat hai. He is now grown up and working at Dubai. I'm a grandmother now. So so I understood that something has gone. He has definitely scored poor marks. I asked him to bring his copy, and he showed me, and he had got 0 in that test. So what I did, I actually turned back his pages in the same copy, and in some of the tests he had got 8, he had got 9, he had got 10, he had got 6. So I immediately told him, Akshay, you have got quite good marks in your previous tests, which means that you are not poor in maths. Now I want to ask you, why did you get 0 in this test? And he immediately said, Mama, I did not work hard. I did not study. So I immediately put it in his mind that you are not bad in maths. Because if that day I would have put in his mind, or if I would have given him a slap, why did you do so bad? You don't study. You are really bad in maths. I think it would have gone into his subconscious mind. And I'm sure this same child who scored 100 in 12th would have scored, would have hardly passed, So you need to immediately focus when you did well. This is all appreciative inquiry principle also. You need to identify when did you do well, and immediately you will change. And I'm going to repeat my earlier performance. I will try to do my best next semester. Wonderful students. I'm not so lucky. Again, I will give an example of my son. One day I lost one day I recurrently lose in housey, and I was talking to my son, and I told him ki, Akshay, my luck is not good. I always lose in housey. And he tells me, Mama, luck is limited. So it's good that you are losing luck in such small things like housey, but you have good luck in other bigger things. And from that day, even my perspective changed. Whenever I lose in housey, I feel very happy. I'm very happy that I have lost. So it is just a matter. Everything is here. Corona is here, not here. जिनके अभी तक यहाँ नहीं है, उनके भी, जिनके यहाँ घुस गया है, उनको परेशानी है. So do we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So mantra 2 is language of breath work. So you must have heard a lot that deep breathe करिए. And deep breathe का अगर आप पढ़ेंगे साइंस, तो deep breathe की साइंस ये है, most of the time we are in there are 4 types of waves, brain waves: alpha, beta, delta, theta. Delta and theta are usually when you are asleep or you are in a different state of mind, not in a conscious state of mind. So in sleep time, delta, theta also come. But wake time, usually we are in a beta state. मेडिटेशन की स्टेट जो होती है वो अल्फा होती है. When you are aware, at the same time you are very relaxed, poised. So हम ये नहीं कह सकते अपने ब्रेन वेव को, भाई सुनो अब बहुत हो गया, बीटा बहुत हो गया, चलो अल्फा तो बदलो. We can't do that, but we can do it by our breath work. The moment you start deep breathing, your brain wave changes from beta to alpha, and if you add language with it, it's going to do wonders. Start when you breathe in. Imagine and say to yourself, I'm breathing in all positivity from the environment, family, surrounding, myself. And when you breathe out, you say and feel. Say and feel. Similarly, in the first one, say and feel. I'm releasing all negativity, all fears, all anxiety, all viruses. And you can achieve all your goals. Similarly, you can breathe in all your goals, breathe out all impediments. You breathe in all resources and breathe out all imperfections. So the moment you breathe in, also visualize as well as tell yourself. Use a language. I am breathing in all resources, and then you'll feel that our resources are you are breathing in all resources. So I will rush fast.
Okay, ma'am.
Matra thi is watch your self-talk. So all the time we are talking to ourselves 24 hours during the sleep also. So just pause. What is my feeling? What am I saying to myself? What am I thinking? And you will know. And the moment you pause, you can say, now check. Chaya, can we have this uh, self-talk? It is a 3-minute audio.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
which actually I made when a lot of my clients were calling me and their anxiety had increased. And as I told you, people like Dr. S.P. Singh find opportunities, but because he is positive, his positivity increased. People who had anxiety, fears, phobias, their anxiety, fear, phobias increased many times during crisis of corona. So for them, actually, I recorded it and I sent it to them, and when they and I tested it, and they said that they are feeling much better after hearing it, because it's sometimes very difficult to talk your to change your own talk. So when you hear these things, so I'm doing a series of these self talks, and I'm putting them on this YouTube channel of Mind Spa. If you subscribe it, whenever a talk or anything comes, you will know it, and you can choose which self talk you want to change and listen to it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we should. So should we play the video, or we have a few questions also for the question answer?
Okay. So you
Would you
want
like
it
to
to
take the?
just share the link, then they will hear it later.
Yes, ma'am. I have shared the link in the
But
chat
it is
box.
just 3 minutes, Chainika, if
Yeah,
you can.
sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Then.
And then I will
Um.
finish in 3 minutes after that.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Mr. Vijay, can you please share the YouTube video?
Okay, okay, just a minute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see this one.
This podcast is to deal with symptoms of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. For best results, sit in a quiet place, put on your earphones, take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes, and visualize the spoken words. You can listen them any number of times in a day. Namaskar, which means my heart is opening to receive and give love. I am thanking the Supreme Power for my existence. The gift of my existence is precious to me and to all those who love me. I am thanking my parents for giving me the gift of life. I am thanking my mother and all who brought me up with love and care. I am choosing to release all negativity and anxiety. I am choosing to release all fears, stresses, and judgments. I am dissociating myself from judgments by others. I see myself standing strong before all kinds of pressures in my life. I am standing confidently and peacefully. I am stimulating those centers of my brain which release the hormones of appreciation, happiness, relaxation, and kindness. My eating and sleeping patterns are becoming more and more regulated every day. I am feeling blessed. I have what I have, and I am enjoying that. I am allowing harmony and balance to sit in my life. I am aligning myself to the energy of abundance, prosperity, harmony, and relationships. I'm feeling more connected. I'm feeling more optimistic. I'm feeling nice golden light around myself. I'm getting lot of hopes. I'm focusing on the positive side of
Okay.
every situation of my life.
We can stop here. That was really good, ma'am. I already feel so rejuvenated. Actually, I recorded it after this was not the Corona one. I recorded it after this suicide by Sushant Singh Rajput and the increasing suicide. So I thought I must do something. And then I recorded it. And a lot of my clients who had these tendencies, I sent this to them, and they found it good. So you also felt rejuvenated, Chanika? Yes, ma'am, definitely. Okay, You good, also have a great. very soothing voice. Okay, so you can subscribe and you can download Sure. and you can share it with all your students also. I will do it, ma'am. Thank
So,
you very
ma'am,
much. With
yeah,
your permission, like, can I take a few questions?
yeah.
Okay. So my colleague Rudrani here wants to know that by
Hmm.
changing our subconscious thinking, is it
Hmm.
possible that the unconscious will interfere our changed subconscious thoughts?
You know, right now I'm not putting a line between subconscious and unconscious. As a she is a psychology student.
Yeah, she's my colleague. She's an assistant professor of
Okay,
biology.
okay. So actually, in psychology, we have three layers: conscious, subconscious, unconscious.
Yes.
Right now, I am not discriminating between subconscious and unconscious because there is a thin line in psychology, according to Freudian. This thing, subconscious is that which keeps coming, and unconscious is totally suppressed. So, but unconscious can come into subconscious, and but by changing through language we can change the but it has to be repeated. And the formula is that if you practice something, if you change your language and practice it for 21 days continuously, you can change any habit which has gone at unconscious competence पे जो चीज चली गई है, that you can bring at the surface and change it, and again take to the unconscious competence. You may call it unconscious, you may call it subconscious, you can change it, you can change the changed version to your unconscious competence.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I will just take up one more question due to time constraints, and then I will hand it over to Professor Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, for the concluding remarks. Okay. So,
Okay.
ma'am, this question is for someone who is going through a particular problem and is not sure how a psychologist could help him. How should he seek help? That means for someone who is not so, he doesn't believe in psychologists or psychiatrists. How should he seek help?
That actually this is the reason why I started these series of self talk, because I thought that this can be the first self management talk. This is my one point. The second is to language को अगर change करने के लिए start changing your language, that can be your first self management tool. If you can't change it yourself, you start hearing these podcasts and self talks. If you can't do it yourself, then just hear them, and or even if you are trying it, you hear them, then it will facilitate you to change your self talk more easily. The second thing I would say, my hats off to Deepika Padukone, who has come forward and saying that mental health is more important, and all diseases actually first brew in your mind and then get surfaced in your physiology. No disease, and there is no disease which doesn't get aggravated by stress. No disease, neither cancer, nor kidney problems, nor heart, no disease is there which doesn't get aggravated due to stress.
Right.
And all diseases usually have a genesis in your mind. Even when you fall, when you meet with accidents, there are so many studies. When I fell about 1.5 years back, and I broke one of the disc of my spinal cord. And my psychology friends were asking, what was your thought at that time when you fell down? I said, I don't remember what was my thought, but maybe I had some thought which was related to my root chakra, which made me fall. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't have fallen. When I'm coming, anybody who is coming down the stairs and thinking, I may fall, I may fall, I may fall, the chances of that person falling down is much higher than the person who is saying, I am climbing down with firm steps and I'm straight, I'm good, I'm stable. That person will not fall.
Right. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that very informative and insightful session. If you can just have a look at the chat box, the
Yes,
participants
it's
are
full.
yeah, it's full, ma'am. So they are expressing their gratitude towards you, and they are expressing.
This is only
happiness.
because of Dr. S.P. Singh. If he wouldn't have remembered, I
Definitely.
wouldn't do anything.
Over to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
No, thank you so much, Anika. Only thing I want to add on to what Professor Manju Agrawal has said, that it was really very, very not only informative, it was also a lot of therapy was there in your talk, a lot of good words and language which we
I'm
have.
going to record this.
Okay, absorb from this webinar. And in last 3.5 years after leaving Amity and after launching this university, my mantra was that I will try to create the positivity around me in the campus, and I'm very sure, because that was one of the major learning of mine when I was working with Amity. Amity is a very, very vibrant organization, very positively charged institution. Therefore, they are growing, and I'm very sure about it. They'll grow further. Only thing is that many institutions I know, because we in the private sector, unless and until we have a high graph of positivity, even in our students and our faculty members and all people around, because I was just reading to one question that out of 60,000 thoughts every day, one third of those thoughts are negative. How to go about it? So that philosophy of Lord Shankara is with everybody. 30% you have to gradually somehow submerge, and gradually you have to de-stress and take it out and cleanse yourself and detox yourself. There are many new words have come. So they all are there, but I think all therapeutic things have been discussed by Professor Manju Agrawal, and she has given so many relevant example from Abhinav Bindra to Deepika Padukone to APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab, and I think everybody. It was so mesmerizing, the research of AIMS, the way people have got 18 out of 20 got cured because of, mantras. I mean, whatever the collective, this collective prayers, that may be in church, that may be in Girja Ghar, that may be in a mosque, that may be in a mandir, that may be anywhere. If you do something together, I mean, all religion, mythology wise, are the same end of the day. The trump card of all the religion is that they all bring in a lot of good things and creativity. And finally, I would say that from my side, that I normally teach my student in the class, and many psychology students are attending today. They will remember what I say in the class. I believe in, Dr. Manju Agarwal, you will laugh on me. I believe in, this angels and ghosts. मुझे विश्वास है उन पे और how I'm having angels and ghosts, I've never seen it. I have not met anybody in my life who has seen it, other than hallucination. I'm not talking about. But then I always say, as you said, that whatever right I'm talking to you and to the whole fraternity here, I am creating some vibrations. Those vibrations will be either positive or negative. If those vibrations and my aura and vibrations are positive, they will go in the universe, they will live there for 1,000 years, and they will come back to me as a positive whenever I need it. Whenever I'm in a stress form, they will come back to me and they will bless me. They will bless me. That is angel. Right. And whenever I will be negative, I'll be creating negative, spreading it around, and then that negative will go in the universe, will remain there for 1,000 years. And whenever I'm having a problem, those negative will come and further press me down. That is ghost, or that is evil. So
beautiful,
beautiful. That is what I that is I learned
these
in my
beliefs
life.
help you a lot.
Yes.
These kind of beliefs are very, very important and very helping.
And
They
I
actually
always
put you on the right track.
Yes. And I always say one thing, that once you create positive, God is not little kind out here, because Kalyug hai, demons are more. So God is not kind here. The God input is 2.5 times and demons input is more. I mean, double than that or twice. So once you create positive, they multiply by 2.5 and come back to you. They double. I mean, what you create, and whatever negative you create, they multiply by 10 and come back to you 4 times. So you have to create more positive, 4 times more positive than negative, because as a human, we will create negative. I mean, I cannot say all people attending this, a lot of them may be having anxiety, problems, blah, 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 many things. And that will remain there. Human life is for misery and happiness both. So that misery should be multiplied by 10. So you should be having less issues, negativity, and more positivity. And because that will be multiplied by 2.5, so it will definitely be 4 times positive is required to counter one negative. So my final word to this webinar and people attending, all the psychologists attending, I'm not a psychologist, but I love this this subject and profession. And I have counseled Dr. Manju Agarwal. Many of my children are fan of mine because of my positive psychology. So, but then I understand it's not positive that I always talk positive. I talk positive in a very justified manner because I know there is a negative. So it's not that all positive is around me also. I'm also a human being. I also live with few negatives, but then we have to counter it by our positives 4 times. So that probably we have learned from you, Dr. Agarwal, today. And so very kind to you. Thank you. And your video was mesmerizing. I closed my eyes and listened to it very patiently.
Really?
And I think it is going to help many people. And I will also be liking your link. Maybe I'm already there, I think. I'm already there. May not be watching.
Great.
So thank you, ma'am. Over to Chenika, Professor Boragwai, and everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar.
Yes, sir. Okay. We have a very positive person with us, our academic chairperson, Professor Boragwai. Sir, would you like to say a few words?
Today, I was all through this nearly and it not only dealt with it also was
So you're not audible.
Connectivity is a little issue.
Connectivity is an issue, I think.
Calling shoot.
So are you there with us? Go ahead, sir.
Sir said thank you. He understood
Yeah.
that we have not been
Okay.
able to hear him.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
अब टेक्नोलॉजी है तो
Yes.
हम लोग इतना यूज कर रहे हैं तो
Okay,
थोड़ा बहुत
okay.
तो लीवेज देना पड़ेगा.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Actually,
everyone.
I'm designing. I have rather designed a course on happiness,
Okay.
Great.
and yeah, so it will be about 15 days course on happiness, and अभी consolidate कर लें फिर हम आपसे बात भी करेंगे कि how can we implement this course.
I will be one of the speakers, I suppose.
Definitely, definitely, of course, you have to be. अगर आप मना भी करेंगे तो आपको खींच लाएंगे.
That right you have already. So Chenika, can we conclude
Yes.
now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. I thank everyone, all the speakers and all the participants present here with us today. I'm sure we are filled with positivity and optimism. And thank you everyone for taking out time from your busy schedules. And thank you, sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, for always being there with us. And our dear Alavya